So we have crossed the barrier of 300 PMP. Then we crossed the barrier of 302 since we last year had 302 certified PMP. And now we are standing on 306 certified PMP. Hanan helped us a lot in crossing that barrier of 302. Hanan joined us from Saudi Arabia, a person with a very diverse knowledge and an experience of living in multiple countries from Canada to UAE, now in Saudi Arabia. He is a senior professional working in Saudi Arabia and he will be sharing how he cleared PMP. Just I want to put some context here. He joined my one-to-one mentor program and he is someone from whom I'm always learning how he's balancing his family life, his personal, his professional, his time for his kids. That I really loved something about that. He says that this time is for my kids, I can't give it to anything. This time is for my office, and then this time is for my sleep. I have to give it to do. And then on the top of it, he worked very, very hard. He is an example of if you don't have time, how you manage that time, how you use effectively your travel time. It can be by air, it can be by car, or so many other means. So, Hanan, first of all, congratulations on clearing PMP and thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Amer. It was a pleasure doing training under you. And I think this was a certain hurdle which I need to pass, and you helped me a lot in passing it with shining stars.
Yeah, shining star is it above target, above target, above target.
Yeah.
So, our exam was at 10 a.m., right?
Yeah. Actually, it was like that. Exam started at 10 o'clock, but as per your instructions, I reached to the examination center like half an hour ago. And then they gave me an option, if you want to start early, it's up to you. So I took an advantage of early start. So I started around like 9:45, quarter to 10, and then it was fine. I followed all the instructions which were provided to you, and I think they were quite valuable. If I could not have taken the breaks or relax myself, then it may be a bit difficult for me, to organize myself as the exam was going on and maintain the rhythm. Otherwise, I could lose interest and try to be a bit hasty while answering, especially the last section of the exam, which may be bad for my scores. But it went well.
Hmm. So that's an interesting point which you just highlighted it. The breaks, the how beneficial those breaks are, and how we can utilize it and work into get into that. This is a very important thing that we can work into that and we can get into it. Let's get to the most important thing. As people listening to this video, they may have seen Hanan English is very good and he has spent a great amount of time speaking only English. He did not have the problem that his time may run out. The problem was, the problem can be is that he can be too fast sometimes. So Hanan, how did you manage the time?
Yeah, I would say that it's a genuine comment. In the beginning, when I was doing mocks as well, I was trying to skim through the statements because this is what we used to do. We do a lot of skimming and we try to understand the concept, and then we understand what the statement is trying to exhibit. I had the same type of approach in mocks, but it was not a good approach, I would say, in PMP. You need to understand the full context of the statement. Then only you can choose the right option, because as per your instruction and advice, out of four options, two are very close to each other, and we need to be mindful which one is the correct option. And your elimination technique was one of the best examples which we need to adapt in order to pick the right choice. So I would say you need to be moderate in maintaining your speed of reading to understand the exact context of the statement of the question. Then only you will be in a position to pick the right choice. Otherwise there will always be the I would not say the incorrect choice, but less appropriate choice will be selected, which was a dilemma on my end, which somehow with your advice and your training, I was in a position to bridge the gap.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Let's talk about a little bit which of the domain was more important when we talk about in PMP exam, that this is something that you must focus, or these are some topics that are very critical for the PMP exam.
Yeah, When I was doing my exam, I noticed that a lot of questions were from the people domain. Agile was their communication, stakeholder, teams. Um, I will be correct in making a statement that more than 60% of the questions were from these four domains. And
Hmm.
then rest of the exam was scattered across schedule, scope, cost, procurement, quality. But most of the section was covered by the people domain.
Hmm. People domain was the most
And they
common.
were, yeah, yeah, and they were pretty relevant questions to what we used to do in the mocks.
Uh,
I would say there were two drop and match questions, and I think I can't remember. Yeah, one of the questions were related to the agile, the role of the scrum master and role of the development team, and
hmm.
the other one were some definitions.
Hmm. So all the questions were there and they helped us to work into that and they help us how we went through the entire
Hmm.
journey into that. How many drags and drop questions you had?
I think there were two.
There were two drags and drop questions. And were they difficult or they were comparatively okay?
One was fine. The other one was slightly difficult, but I think I managed it out. Yeah.
Mhm.
But I would say most of the things were what we covered through your course outline, like your journey book, your journey videos, the pathway videos, and especially the material you have provided for the revision. I think it covers most of the exam contents,
It
and
covers
they were more relevant. Yeah.
more relevant. Okay. Any formula question or critical path question?
No,
No,
no, there was none.
no formula question or and no critical path question. Okay, which
Yeah.
area may seem difficult in exam, which you found particularly difficult while solving the question answers?
I would say that the first section was a bit difficult. The questions were a bit lengthy. So you need to go through the statements and it consumes more time. The middle section and the last one comparatively easy with small statements.
Okay, they were easy and the small statements. Okay, and what I said that the first 4 or 5 question will be a punch on the face. Was that so? No,
Yeah, they were actually true.
they were actually
They
true.
were actually
So
true.
was it
Yeah.
5 question or more than 5 question that were difficult in the start?
I would say there were around like 20 questions. The first 20 questions were lengthy and difficult.
Hmm.
And the elimination technique was the only helpful thing which I would say helped me out in trying to choose the right option. Otherwise, it would be difficult.
It would be
If
difficult.
I did not follow the elimination technique, then maybe my results were not the way they are now.
Okay. Hanan, I tailored and customized. Now you are a testimony of that. How I customize the program according to need
Yeah,
of one candidate. Because you
yeah,
are
true,
a very
true.
busy, Hanan designation is director and is a very busy professional. So what would be your comment on that? Like how I customize it, if you can comment something on that.
Okay, I, I, w- I would like to I would like to share my journey with Sir Amer. Uh, I would say he did the proper need analysis and he understands the stakeholder requirements. Since I was a stakeholder for Sir Amer, he understands the PMP requirements. I could not appear in the PMP exam earlier, but I could not went through the exam, and that was where I came to know Sir Amer could help me out. When I discussed with him what is my current competency level, he first tried to judge me where I am standing in terms of the PMP requirements. Then he tailor made his entire program for me. I'm not saying that I skipped through different modules, but those modules which I went through, they were properly tailor made for me. They were not they were not highlighting and capturing that information which I already knew. So what benefit I got in terms of time management, instead of having more time utilized on those things which I already knew, he provided me only that material which I would require for my exam. So that was the benefit I got. requiring. I was requiring in order to pass to all the mocks, and he informed me that now I have gained enough knowledge, so I should immediately jump on to carry out the full mock exams, which was, I think, very helpful in terms of time saving, because I was among those category of people who were having less available time to depute towards the PMP exam preparation. So that really helped me out. And I would say even I was not confident that since I skimmed through so many things and I did not follow the entire PMP roadmap plan which Sir Amir used to give it to all his students. So I was a bit shaky that will it be the right time to appear in the exam. But Sir Amir was quite confident based on my mock results. And this was all his advices and instructions and suggestions which I followed. And the result says for itself.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very
So
much.
thank you once again, Sir
Thank
Amir.
you. Thank you very much, Hanan. And I wish you all the best of luck. And for the endeavors for which you have worked so hard, I will pray that those endeavors can be done and you can exceed to the next level. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Yeah, thank you.